Casey Wilson.
Hello.
Thank you, and welcome to General Meeting with Becky Sloviter.
Thrilled to be here.
I am so honored to have you here. We've known each other a while. I am genuinely so honored. I was telling you a minute ago, I got like a little nervous before you getting here. Like, okay,
That's the last.
She's a pro at this. I'm like really still figuring out.
I'm happy to be here and congratulations.
Thank you.
On doing
so
this.
much.
It's such a fun and such a nice space. I mean, I need to up like what's happening in my podcast.
I probably told you this, or maybe
really
even
nice.
Zoomed, but so this was just my office that I put together after the pandemic because I had been working like 5 feet from where I sleep for 3 years at that point.
No.
Slowly but surely losing my mind.
Yeah.
And when I did this, I was like, it's really a shame no one will ever see it. And so then when I came up with the idea of the podcast, I was like, yeah, let's just do it here.
See it.
And this is like the most beautiful frame to me, right? Like you have this beautiful garden behind you. Thank you, Rifle Paper Company.
Wallpaper.
And
it's Rifle. I can feel that.
oh, yeah.
I love it.
Rifle is my everything.
Me too.
It's a problem.
I love it.
There are so many things I want to talk to you about. And in the true sort of essence of a general meeting, I was trying to remember when we met.
Yes.
Like, I remember the first time I was in your presence, but that was not really us meeting.
Not
This
at Little
was-
Dom's.
No, this was, okay, I remember that. No, this was SNL. 2008.
Well, that's a blur.
We were in the back. Exactly. We were in the back of a car taking us from the show to the after party. I was with Joe. You were with a bunch of your friends from Virginia. Had come in.
What a crew.
It was actually one of my first experiences with like famous people have nice, normal friends and are normal too. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You guys were just like having a ball in the back of the car.
I'm glad to know you saw one happy memory.
Right, exactly. So then, of course, and I like, as your career was blossoming and I knew who you were, and then even because there's so many things that are so cool about your career to me, but one of them is that you are such an incredible writer and an incredible actor, and that, like, it's just not often both, right?
Yeah.
You were acting, and then also you and June wrote Bride Wars.
Yes.
I'm trying to even place what year that was.
I wish I knew.
Who's to say?
I don't know any years. Like people will be like, that wasn't last year. That was 20 years ago. I don't know.
And you hear that?
We
and
were
it's
young. I know we were
wild.
like 24, 25. Now I'm 44. So that was a long time ago.
Oh my God. I know.
Yeah.
It's amazing. So so if I'm going to go back to the beginning for just a moment,
great.
and having read, wait, hold on, where'd I put it?
Oh,
We're gonna go deep on one of my favorite books, and as you can see,
I'm so impressed with the tabs.
you sent me this galley copy before it came out. I devoured it because your book is much like you, like so funny but really deep.
Yeah.
Like
thank you.
really. Oh, I was like sobbing at certain chapters and then crying with laughter at others. I was in prep for sitting with you. I was rereading certain parts of it, which my 4 years ago self prepped me for, I guess. The scullery whisperer, like the woman coming over to like help with meals and cooking. Any idea how to make oatmeal? How about like just some grilled chicken breasts? Maybe
Just anything,
just
really.
like anything.
And then she didn't want me to write down the recipes. I was like, but again, I don't know how to cook.
I'm howling with laughter at some of these stories. I loved it so much. And then also, it's such a beautifully titled book too, The Wreckage of My Presence.
Funny, just yesterday I was looking off and like, what did I title that book? Like it just felt odd to me. You know, like sometimes you look at words and it's like a weird.
When you've looked at it too many times, I always
and
have
like,
that.
is
Totally.
weird?
Totally.
It is weird. It is.
As I was finishing it last night again, it's so beautiful why you came up with that title. And I may, if I will start crying if I get too far into it, but I may, after I get a little biographical information, I may go back to the very end of the book.
Oh, good.
We're going to circle back. Okay. So I know a lot of this because of your amazing book, but Alexandria, Virginia.
Yes.
Born and raised.
Yes.
And then NYU.
Yep.
Okay. And did you always have a sense that you wanted to be a performer?
I did. Yes. From very early.
And
yes, too early. I mean, I didn't get to do anything like
but your
professional.
parents were so supportive of it.
They were very
Yes.
supportive. Yes. It took me like local community theater auditions, which I didn't get any of them. But they were very supportive.
And then when you went to NYU, is that where you meet June?
Yes.
Okay.
I met her my sophomore year.
Okay.
Well, kind of like freshman, sophomore. Yeah.
Oh, that's
And
amazing.
then we kind of became best friends.
Yeah.
And then,
Did you from there have a sense, you want to be collaborators and coming out of NYU. Did you go right into UCB together?
Yes, we did.
Because I always feel like venturing into Hollywood, like what a fucking lonely experience. But to do it with June, did that make like all the difference in so many ways?
That because we got lucky. It's not like you decide like I'm gonna enter a career together, because acting is a pretty solitary, like a solo sport.
Yes,
but we were like, no, we will do this.
This is it
in tandem. Yeah.
Okay, so but you're also at UCB.
Yeah.
You're not just performing, you're writing also, obviously, because you have to write all of the sketches that you're doing, I assume.
Yes.
So when is Bride Wars the first script you write together?
Yes. So we had written a 2-woman show, but we never wrote it down. We just improvised it.
Yeah.
And, it's so embarrassing, but we rehearsed it for a year and a half before we put it up. And people at UCB were like, we rehearsed for one night.
So we just
so serious. So we were like doing vocal warm-ups in the back. So we did that. And then we went to the Aspen HBO Comedy Festival. And this executive, Heidi Sherman Gray, was like, thought of us to write Bride Wars. And we were like, she's like, oh, because you're writers. And we were so shocked and hurt.
Sure.
By that comment. Like, we went to the bathroom and cried, which is
sincerely.
Yes. And it's so embarrassing to admit that now, but in our heads, we're like, we're stars. Like, I don't know about the rest of the world, but like in our heads, like Julia Roberts #1 and 2 here.
Yes.
And then we go in the bathroom because we took a break from the meeting, and I have tears in my eyes. We're both like, we're writers. I was like, they don't want us in front of the camera. And then we're kind of like, well, maybe it'll be kind of like a backdoor and cut to like writing's the greatest. I'm so happy.
Well, 100%.
That I write.
And you then also have this immediate success because that is a Kate Hudson, Anne Hathaway movie that back when we were making movies a lot, but like a commercial, cozy comedy that was so funny and had a big concept.
We got lucky because it just worked. So in my brain, I was like, I guess every movie gets made.
Right,
and like,
exactly.
But to show you how little we knew, we'd never written a script. And so my dad found us a screenwriting teacher at Yale. We took the train to see him.
Thank you, Paul.
Thank you, Paul.
Yes.
And he like tried to teach us screenwriting. Support. And we didn't understand one thing. Like he would say like, oh, you need more set pieces. We thought that meant furniture in the scenes. And then I remember when I was on SNL, I'll never forget Seth Meyers coming up to me, and it just come out, Bride Wars, and he goes, great weekend. And I'm like, what do you mean? And he's like, at the box office. And I'm like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
And he goes,
it's a thing.
It made money. You didn't track how much money it made? I go, I didn't even think to. Like, that's how we were. It was a little like not on planet Earth.
Ignorance is bliss to some degree, right?
100%. Because now when you're focused on it, it's like never going to go
No. And there's also like, what could possibly reach... It's not even like the level of expectation. It's just all so vulnerable, right? So like an opening weekend of your first movie, like God bless.
I'm just glad I didn't even know I should care about it.
Exactly. Yeah. Did you like run and call June? Like, so apparently
I did.
Had a really
I don't
good
think
weekend.
even she was like, cool. Like we just weren't like rooted in the world. He looked at me like he was just so shocked.
I love it.
And, we just didn't. Yeah. But happily, I guess it did do well. So that's
exactly.
Good. Yeah.
And then did that lead to a lot more writing, or were you also able to? Because again, I can't get my ears straight. When did Happy Endings come about?
So that was a couple years later, because then I was on Saturday Night Live, and we actually didn't write. We wrote another movie that we both starred in and wrote together. Ass Backwards.
Yes.
But we didn't after that. Like June started acting a ton. I started acting a ton. So we would write pilots like over the years.
Yeah.
But, like I said, when we were upset.
Yeah. And like
people wanted us to be writers. We did sort of like follow more of an acting path. And then when I was done with SNL, when I was not asked back, I then got Happy Endings like 3 months later.
I mean, talk about one door closes, another opens, and really opens.
Yeah.
Like, first of all, people are so obsessed with that show. I know you and Pally are doing a podcast.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes.
I loved that show so much. We literally still quote just random things all the time, but like nothing funnier. The chemistry you guys all had.
Yeah.
And then, can we talk about David Kemp?
Please.
Can we talk about you meeting the love of your life while making this show?
I did. Thank God. Thankfully, because I was so bummed from, the SNL experience, and then just happened to get on this, like, it was kind of like the last train out of the station for pilot season that year. And then Adam Pally and I became like dear friends right away. And then I met David, my now husband, who created the show.
Yes.
Met him there.
I remember, it's funny, when Jesse was here, I was like, well, all roads lead back to Christy Smith.
Yeah.
And we had a good laugh about that. And obviously they do. I remember Christy telling me I was at the bar the night that, I don't know if it was the night you guys met or it was something where she's like, I just kept looking over at David and he was looking at Casey just like, you know, the Disney heart eyes. Like, there's my girl.
Nice. Well, the funny part of that is, and I'm sorry to say that I wrote about this in my book, but I really liked Dave and didn't seem like he liked me. I didn't know what was going on. Dude. But he would want to like talk all the time on the phone. And I started being a little like, I'm not going to talk to you every second. Like, we're rather going to date. I'm not like your friend. So then I was getting mad that nothing had happened. So I'm like, I'm not going to speak to him and he'll have to come to me and enough is enough here. So I don't speak to him for 3 full months, which to me is like every minute's passing. Like,
of course. Exactly.
I run into him with Christy at that bar and he goes, hey, didn't even know we weren't talking. And that was hard.
Of course he didn't. And also it worked.
Yeah, I guess. Like, I felt like at the end I just had to like browbeat him sort of into it.
Which is like how it goes sometimes.
No, sometimes it does.
But he is the greatest dude. I remember when we met and we ended up having, it was a general meeting. Yeah. And we ended up having a lunch, which I'm going to say it was like a 3-hour lunch and 2 hours and 47 minutes of it were about Bruce Springsteen. Like, I was like, this is my guy.
Yeah, Bruce.
I know. And like so obsessed. Which, and I didn't realize he was. And also, again, I say this too frequently at this point, but like, you are someone and he is someone too. Like, you contain multitudes. You're both the funniest human beings on the planet. And also, as I sat there getting to know him, and he was like, he's a painter, right? He went to art school. Yes. He is like, obviously an incredibly successful and sought after showrunner and writer, but also is like a true artist. Yeah. Just like, what a just interesting, cool dude.
I know. He is very interesting. Yeah. He's an onion. Even still, I'm like, learning things which I don't.
Cool.
I mean, sort of. I'm like, oh, I thought I knew everything. No, but it is cool actually. He's an interesting guy. Yeah.
No, totally. And I think so. But in those 3 months of not talking, Happy Endings is not happening yet.
I think we were on hiatus. It was over the summer after the first year, and then coming back in the second year is when I really was like, we're gonna date and get married. And I was like, this is happening. He was like, okay, fine.
And then I'm going to stay on Happy Endings for 1 second. I have a question about Marry Me Too.
Please.
Okay. So Happy Endings, the chemistry that you guys have, is it like just the most fun to make that show?
Yes, right? It was. You know, there's some experiences in life where you look back and you're like, God, I should have known that was great. This was one I was like, it's so great. I know I'm not going to have as good of an experience again. Like, not, and I haven't.
No, and you appreciated it in the moment.
I really did.
And I think what the specificity of Penny and then what you brought to her. So like, obviously a lot was on the page, but like what you did is... it's magical.
Oh,
it really,
you.
Oh my God. And I remember when the show was on. And so when I was watching it weekly, like I would like speak like her a little bit. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like so many pennies.
In a great way. Like I pretty much all my friends have like a dash of a penny. Yeah. But you're like a together beautiful penny.
I'll take it. Thank you
like
so very much.
Yeah.
Some days.
Well, weirdly, Penny was like good at her job, which I think they wanted her to have like some grounding force.
That show just brought me so much joy. And really like still does. Matt and I the other day, we will still quote the line. And it's a line I think Alex said.
Yeah.
But I don't want this to be complicated, like, and it's complicated. So we're just going to go with it, like, and just go with it. And we'll be friends with benefits, like, and no strings attached. Like, I still, like, cry with laughter. Did David write that one?
Yes.
I mean, God bless David Casp. Jillian Bell and I were talking about this, the revisiting of the things that brought us joy during what is, you know, how are we really right now? It's so crazy.
Yeah.
So I'm like, let me just like, there's 22 minutes that I'm going to just smile.
100%. I get back into shows, but Dave is like, why do you watch the same 5 shows? Always. And I'm like, correct. No, I'm fine that I know the line that's coming up next. Like, it doesn't bother me.
Same.
Like when I'm done with Seinfeld, restart.
Right,
it's like,
back over.
Yes. Going.
Soup Nazi and like Sauce Me and like all the things. It's so true. Because some of this podcast is a pop culture appreciation, and we'll get to that when we get to Last Looks. Can I ask what those 5 shows are?
Yes, please. So Seinfeld is a huge one for me.
Yes.
Arrested Development.
Yes.
30 Rock, Kimmy Schmidt. I love those two. I just want my laughs at night.
Totally.
Yeah, I'm going to say it. Frasier.
Do it. Do it.
I'm a big Frasier head.
Yes.
It's like a radio play, and it's so comforting at night because I always just only listen to these. So I don't know often what's visually happening.
But you almost, because you've probably also seen them so many times.
So many times.
You can kind of picture how Roz walked into the room in that seat, right?
Yeah.
Like what she was wearing.
Exactly. So I just listen and follow.
It's the most comforting. Yeah. I agree. That is totally my relationship with TV and like whether it's a favorite show that I always revisit or one I just haven't seen in a while and then it feels like the warmest hug, like just like reconnecting with an old friend. Were you a Twin Peaks person?
No.
When Twin Peaks came, so it was on obviously in like 90 and 91 and then they did The Return about 7 years ago. And when they did 18 episodes, I believe, and when that last one was airing, I was crying in my kitchen that final finale. Like before it was airing, I was like, it's like an old friend came to visit. Now she's leaving again. Like I really did.
So you loved the Return?
I'm obsessed with Twin Peaks so much. These are my Twin Peaks
But
Funkos.
did you feel like when it came back, it was lived up to it?
I embraced it.
You were just happy to see your friends
so
again.
different, and I was so happy to see some of those friends again.
Yeah.
But I am also a purist and whatever you would call it, an originalist. Like I'm like, give me season 1 and season 2.
It's so hard with these things because you're like, all I want is to see them more, and then you see them and you're like, do I want to see them like that?
No, exactly.
But I'm also just happy I'm seeing.
We'll just put on season 2, episode 3 instead. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, so marry me.
Yeah.
So Happy Endings finishes.
Yeah.
You and David are married at this point, and Marry Me is inspired a bit by your. Yes. Is it inspired by like the courtship, the engagement?
Yes, all of it. Yeah, just our relationship, I think, and then it kind of takes on like a life of its own.
I was gonna say, was that challenging because you're not playing yourself, like you're playing a character for sure, and Ken's not playing David. I love Ken Marino so much.
My God,
the greatest. I mean, role models with him.
Ken
is
a star.
A warm hug.
Talk about a warm hug. He's a star. I mean, he is the funniest.
Yes.
His performance in, oh my gosh, why am I going to blank on everything? Hold on. What's that one he made with, oh my God, him and the hippie commune?
Wanderlust.
Wanderlust.
Yes.
His performance of the kind of like maggot out golf playing brother-in-law is one of the funniest performances I've ever seen.
It's truly
so good.
So Ken Marino is the funniest human and such an amazing scene partner. Was it trippy to be doing something that was so meta?
It was trippy and it was really fun. And I almost think like Ken and Dave almost had like the real love affair. Like,
that's cool.
Ken is David's muse. And there's just no other way to put it.
Yes.
Like, he's obsessed with Ken. So that was like really cute to just sort of see them fall in love.
I love that. And then how good is he in Black Monday too?
I mean, he's
incredible. So, I love Black Monday so much. Like I do realize this is not a David Cass fan podcast.
I mean, it's sad, but it can most of the jobs I had.
You are so good in Black Monday. I love that show so much. Oh my God.
Yeah, that's where I met one of my best friends that I've like now worked with a ton, Andrew Rannells, who you should also have on here.
Talk about magic. Talk about All Roads Lead Back to Christy Smith.
They do.
And talk about just... Yeah, he's special.
He's so special.
Yeah, he really is. So you met him on Black Monday?
Met him on Black Monday. Oh, no. We played twins in this John Hamburg movie like a year before Black Monday.
Is that the Franco Zoe Deutsch one?
And Bryan Cranston.
Yes. Why him?
Yes. Yeah.
Isn't it funny? Like our brains, I blame perimenopause and the pandemic, but who's to say what it is? I couldn't, like, how that title popped in my head is a
You've
miracle.
You've now gotten 2 titles I couldn't think of. And
it's true.
It's not because I don't love these things. I have no brain.
No, correct. It's not there. And also, like, raising kids. Yeah. Like, there's just so much we can hold.
Yes. Okay. There's only so much.
There is only so much. And that extends to all the things.
Yes.
Okay. I have a very clear memory. One of my very favorite movies is Gone Girl.
Oh, yeah.
I have a very clear memory of either when you were making it or maybe it was just about to come out. And I was talking probably to Christy.
Yeah.
But to one of your amazing reps.
Yeah.
Who was telling me, you know how Fincher is like, you know, like he can be salty and like he doesn't like love everyone. He loves Casey Wilson. Like just went on. And I am obsessed with Fincher, like obsessed, and have watched Gone Girl and the director's commentary so many times. And he is so sweet about you on there too.
Oh, yeah. Someone actually just sent me that. Like, it's so funny. I have very low self-confidence. Very few things I point out. And I'm
Which
like,
is
that was
wild,
good. But I will say I do know he loves me. It's like, the only thing I know for sure. He's so
true, right?
so great.
It's an Oprah, like, I love what I know for sure, what I know is true. Yes. David Fincher, Casey Wilson, like, that was just a fit.
Yeah.
You playing Noelle in that movie is so pitch perfect also.
He also doesn't do a ton of comedy. So I think also he doesn't work with comedians as much, I think.
You straddled that line so well because that is far from comedic. And at the same time, like, she is such a fully baked character. Yeah.
I mean, and Nosy Neighbor is right up my alley. That's who I am, ultimately.
I love it so much. Was it a great experience making it?
Amazing experience.
Right?
Yes.
And like, you must be just...
It was so fun.
So proud.
Yeah, they made everybody stay in the same hotel, which was so great.
Because you were shooting really in Missouri, as my mother-in-law would pronounce.
That's right. My family from Missouri.
I do know that. That's right. That's right.
Cape Girardeau.
Yes.
Girardeau.
Where Gillian is from, or
right near there. Yes. So everybody stayed in like the Radisson together. Everyone, and so it was so fun. Everyone. It was so fun.
And what a movie. What a movie.
It was so nice to be in something people saw. It's not an experience I'd had too much. But yeah, it was so fun. And we got to be down there a lot because he obviously shoots like so much and for so long. So we all got like to know each other. And I love Kim Dickens so much. And I met Carrie Coon, who was amazing. And it was great.
Right. Like, don't you a little feel like I knew about Carrie Coon before everyone else? Like,
I honestly do. I'm like, take a weird credit for her where it's like, that's not for you to take. And I remember thinking to myself, well, I was like, well, that's a star. Okay. But also because there wasn't really like a gym in the hotel and she would do like that, not TRX, but kind of, right? Like one of those programs. Yeah. Meanwhile, I am eating every second in my bed. Which
by the way,
everywhere.
Because you are playing a woman who's pregnant, you are like, what is it?
Inhabiting the role. Yes. And she was so disciplined. And I'm like, that's a star. Right. You know what I mean? Like she was just like, I was like, I admire this and I'm jealous.
I always quote Amy Poehler's book, good for her, not for me.
Good for her, and not for me, but wish for me.
Yes.
So I salute her.
Yes, exactly. God bless. Yeah. That actually, okay, I know I'm really jumping here, but I'm going to come to something that is more present day, which is your amazing podcast.
Oh, okay, great.
So I know you have two podcasts. So you do one with Pally that is a happy endings revisiting, basically.
Yes, we just did like a quickie, like 20 episodes, just talked to people about it, and it was really fun.
So fun.
Yeah.
And then you have... Am I getting the title right? It was Bitch Sesh that now migrated to be Casey and Danielle's Garbage World.
So yes, Bitch Sesh is still the podcast, but we made kind of like a subscription-based business. And so the umbrellas,
which my cousin Sarah is so obsessed with. She was like, no, it's behind a paywall now. And I would pay any amount of money. She's like, it's an addiction. It's a healthy addiction. But she, oh my God, like... loves. And as I was saying to you before we started, it is also like you're talking about all the things. So it's really funny and it's also really soulful and really comforting.
Yeah.
And I think for anyone going through it and just like you're talking about the nuance of life, right?
Yeah.
And Sarah told me this story where she was in Hawaii a couple of years ago, in Hawaii at Christmas time. Danielle is there. She knows from listening to the podcast that like, don't go up to you guys. Like, you're not in a like, hey, give us space, but more like, it's nice to like be a fan, but like in a contained way. And so she writes a note.
Oh my God, I heard about this. This is your cousin?
Did you really?
Yes. Oh my God. Talked about it on the podcast. I think she was like, someone came over and gave a note.
Yes, she just gave a note. And she was basically...
Danielle would have been so happy to say hi.
That's what I told her. I was like, no. Yeah. I barely know Danielle. We met once 1,000 years ago. But she's so great. And I was like, and Casey's the greatest. Like, they would be close. She's like, no, I didn't want to bother her. But I also couldn't let the fact that this woman was there, like, with her husband, kid, like, the whole thing... but means so much to me. Yeah. Like I couldn't just
let it
walk away either.
Yeah.
So she wrote this note and like handed it to her and then like walked off. So sweet.
That's so nice.
But truly, like you guys are not just like heroes to her, but I think like big sisters who are like there for her. But I think that's what's so cool to me about podcasts.
Yes.
What is it, parasocial relationship or whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
It's funny. There was an episode somewhat recently that I was listening to, and then I called Sarah and I was like, I now like hear Casey in how you talk. Like, and she's like, oh, totally. Like I have taken on
Sarah.
No, are you kidding me? No. It's like, but you are like enriching her life.
Oh, that's so nice.
Oh, it's the best. Do you love doing it?
I love doing it.
Right?
Yeah, I love it so much because Bitch Sesh is like largely about the housewives. It started that way. We're recapping housewives, but then yeah, we started talking about our own lives. And then, I don't know, we were just getting very nice feedback where people were saying, Danielle opened up about like her fertility journey. And kind of was like, it's quite I will just say kind of a, not funny combo, but you don't often have a podcast about the Real Housewives and like,
which is also
parent.
But if you are like, I'll say a millennial woman, that's kind of all you want to talk about, right?
Totally.
Like that's what I think is so incredibly connecting. And the bravery of talking about a fertility journey.
Yes,
I made a movie about it last year that is going to come out at some point called Let's Have Kids, where one friend gets immediately pregnant and the other does not.
Yes.
And you and I know 1,000 people and whatever our personal journeys were, like it is a hell on earth that you wouldn't wish on your worst enemy. And the only thing that kind of gets you through is knowing you're not alone.
Yes.
And so combining those two things, not even oddly, but like it makes all the sense in the world to me that you would have just like a rabid following from that too. Okay. I also have a confession.
Please.
I don't think I've ever told you this.
What?
I have never seen an episode of The Real Housewives.
No, and you know what? I don't want you to ever because you're elevated. You're not like the rest of us in the garbage. That's why we call ourselves Garbage World.
Well, but here's why.
Please.
I have never watched an episode for the same reason I've never done cocaine.
Yeah.
I would be a full-blown addict.
Yeah.
I would ignore my children.
Yes.
My life would fall apart.
Yes.
And like goodbye to any semblance of reality.
No, that's you're a well person.
Like I do watch Kardashians. Like I'm not like coming from a place of like, I don't watch
we're
reality.
in Kardashian country right now.
I mean, we sure are. Thank you for schlepping up to Calabasas.
I'm thrilled to
I
breathe
can't
the same
thank
air.
you enough. I mean, when you sent this to me, I actually found this as I was rereading. You called it a memoir, which is
Chris Jenner. Like Chris.
That's right. Because of Chris. I mean, I remember when she embraced you like that. Again, I have known either of you or known you for so long now that like these little snippets will come in. Or when my cousin Sarah's like, so Casey was saying this, I was like, oh yeah, of course. Like whatever the
I like it. You're like taking
life.
it through with osmosis.
Oh my God. When I was like, guess what? Casey said she'll do the podcast. And so then I was like, guess what? I'm in touch with Fabiola. And she was like Fabiola is famous. I mean,
oh my God, Fabiola would be so touched.
And she, so by the way, great assistant. She's so wonderful. I know. But Sarah was just dying. I was like, we need to get you and Fabiola here when Casey is here. And like, it'll be a whole thing.
To Fabiola.
Exactly. Just thank you for everything.
Thank you.
So when did you guys sort of migrate this? Do you still do Bitch Sesh separately?
So we do Bitch Sesh and we do Garbage Sesh as our like auxiliary podcast where we just talk simply about like, we'll have a menopause expert or we'll talk about grief or we'll have a psychic or we'll talk about, whatever, right?
Yes.
Or
all the things.
Unrelated television show, but that is related, like a true crime series or something. Wait, there's a big crossover between true crime and Housewives fans. Bachelor fans are over there and with respect and love. They don't meet typically.
Got it.
We'd love to have them if you're into both.
Sure.
But that's how I am with The Bachelor, is that you are with Housewives. I'm like, I can't start that hour-long journey.
Jessie is the reason I didn't start because she would talk, I think it was when she was the head writer of Schumer, and they would go in the day after The Bachelor and like get no work done. It was something.
Yeah.
I just remember, and she was like, don't start. No. I'm like, this is, again, I would love cocaine too much. Like, that's why I
don't like personally. And I know what anyone listening is going to be like, they rig stuff with Housewives. I know that they don't as much.
Yep.
I don't like when things are like socially engineered for a show. I need my reality. If someone's crazy, I want that of their own volition. Like, I want that coming from them and their heart.
Yes.
You know?
If it's going to be that, let it be pure.
Yeah, thank
That's
you.
all we want.
I'm a purist.
We just want authenticity.
That's right. And people who don't know how to be authentic.
Correct.
But I want out of my housewives.
That's the mind fuck of all of it. Oh, I love it so much. Love it so much.
So good. You know what? Maybe when your kids go off to college.
It's so true because now there's so many cities. Yeah. Do you feel like whether for you want to or you have to in almost a professional capacity, are you like caught up on all?
Oh, yeah. Every word.
Every word, every city.
There's no city or word I haven't heard or seen. And Danielle and I did do the math on that on our last tour. ChatGPT whipped up some math for us. I forget what it was, but it was like 40,000, 50,000 hours. Like I am like Malcolm Gladwell, the 20,000 hours like to get your doctorate. I have it in Housewives. But the funny thing is, and David will say this too, is I'll be like, oh, I have to watch 4 Housewives tonight. And then he's like, here's me cackling. And he's like, you still really love it, don't you? I'm like, yeah.
No, exactly.
Just love it.
I truly, as you were asking me before we started, like, are you loving doing this? I am loving doing this because none of it feels like homework. And for 23 years, I would get that Sunday night stomach ache of what didn't I read? That
you guys have like homework hanging over you as an
like
exec.
real like looming.
Yeah,
that's really how it feels. Because I think, you know, when you get your start in the business on the producing side or the executive side, it is truly like an extension of high school or college. It's homework.
Yeah.
And so you're like so exhausted from your week. Saturday, you're probably doing nothing but sleeping and then going out with friends and like having some semblance of a life. But then Sunday is that stomach ache and like just all of the being unprepared is my nightmare. Yeah. So like, am I prepared thing? And this is like what a pleasure. So I'm more just relating it to you like, oh, I have to go watch 4 Housewives. My favorite is when you go and watch What Happens.
I do. I mean, it, you know?
Well, and you and Andy have such a great thing.
Oh, but I love him so much.
I mean, he is what the joy that Andy Cohen. I don't even watch the Bravo shows. I just watch What Happens.
Yeah, like
he's a gem.
He is like our Andy Warhol. I think he's just as has this like magical. He's like an entertainer.
And it's also what I love so much because I'm from Philadelphia, and whenever I go back and I'll see my cousins, that's what they want to talk about.
I didn't know you have sports teams that you love. Or just kidding.
I literally, for one second, thought you were serious, and I was like, "Oh my god,
is there a team
I found someone who exactly? Are you obsessed with a certain football team?"
No, I love it. I love when people have such a specific interest, like Housewives. It's fun for me. I'm like, that's their passion. I might not like know anything about it, but it's fun,
and it brought
Well, that's enthusiasm about things.
I genuinely like I'm such a fan.
So great,
and I was saying to my cousin Sarah when I was like, I'm going to ask Casey to come on, do you think it's okay that I haven't ever seen a Housewives? Like, I knew we would have plenty to talk about, but I was still like, had that imposter syndrome. Like, I can't pretend like Dorinda, right?
I haven't read French literature and she's a professor.
That's how it feels though. I'm like, I can tell you about Ramona and Dorinda. No, I couldn't. I just know those are names. She was like, yes, it's fine. Also, you have to have her on. And I feel like she might have even given me a list of questions that she wanted me to ask about you, not about you and Danielle, but like, I think just loves your dynamic so much. Like, how fun to do something with a friend you're so close with.
Incredible.
And like the trust. Also, you are such a good girlfriend.
Oh, thank you.
You know what I mean? I mean, obviously, you know what I mean, but like,
so is Danielle.
Danielle, for sure. Yeah. But like, all just cool up. Like, all of your good people. The magic of Jessie Klein. I'll never stop.
My son are best friends.
And has like been that way for so long, right? Like have gotten to kind of grow up together. And just having like a mom friend in the bunch to be like, these bitches are crazy, right? Like there's so much of that. There's also, I mean, I'm just going to bring everything back to the wreckage of your presence, of my presence. Actually, this is going to be a good little segue here. But I remember because Jessie, in her book, I'll show myself out, Essays on Midlife and Motherhood, when we were developing the pilot and, she put the friends in there that were going to be in like the mom music group and just named them what they're really important. So there is a Casey in there. There's a great line in here and I think I dog-eared it. Hold on. Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. I'm going to try not to cry here. But it is in the chapter called Mother's Day, which will make me cry, but I'm going to just go real quick over this. But I send pictures and videos and snapshots of life and soliloquies from me about their milestones, walks we took, words they said, the many tiny happy moments we shared. I want them to have a record. Some evidence of how fiercely I love them is the most important thing to me. Yeah. I am going to start crying if I keep going. So I'm going to pivot out of this. But I remember reading that and like I never felt so seen. Yeah. That's what everyone said to Jessie about her book too. Yeah. Your book made me feel so seen in so many ways, but I think just especially in the mothering experience, it's such a beautiful testament to your mom, Kathy. Every time you post a picture of her, I'm just like, look at beautiful Kathy.
Oh, so nice. Thank you for saying that.
May I read just at the very end? Okay, wait, it went to acknowledgments, but I also want to bring it back to why this book is called The Wreckage of My Presence. And just the very end of you're leaving this meeting. And at the end of my first meeting, as everyone stood up to leave, the leader for the week issued an edict that has never left me. He gestured to the empty coffee cups and water bottles on the floor next to our seats and said incredibly casually over his shoulder, almost as an afterthought, "Hey guys, don't forget to take the wreckage of your presence." The wreckage of my presence. The wreckage of my presence. How could I forget? I'll start crying. And then, may I just read, what do we even call this? Just a quote at the end, an epigraph?
Yeah.
I don't even know. Do you remember this?
No.
Oh my God.
I'm like, what is
when
this?
I texted you this, when I was like, when we were going back and forth to schedule a time, and you were like, you've read this book more closely than my editor. And I was like, maybe? God bless your editor. Okay. This is the quote that ends the book fully. "My life, it's only a season, a passing September that no one will recall, but I gave joy to my mother, and I made my lover smile, and I can give comfort to my friends when they're hurting, and I can make it seem better for a while." By Iris DeMent from the song My Life. Casey Wilson. Again, like the funniest person in the world, and also like the deepest.
Thank you.
Go get that book, everybody. It is amazing. I love it so much.
You're so nice.
I think this brings us to the end, the last part that we do on every podcast.
Thrilled for this part.
Last looks. Okay. We made it. Okay. So we do this at the end of every episode.
Ready.
I sent you the questions because I mean, many people who have sat there are like, these are the scariest questions you could ask someone who's creative. Like, that's the bigger thing, right? And I do find, and I'm going to tee you up for this, but the world to me is a little divided. Either you have a favorite movie or you're like, can I list 5? And like either one is totally fine. Okay. But I'm curious which one you are.
I try to just do one with these instances, but
love it.
I'm sure I'll fail.
But also
go to 20.
You do you. Okay. And it's not have to stick to it.
Okay.
So first question and last looks. What is your favorite movie?
Okay, there's 2.
Yes.
I love Terms of Endearment and Little Shop of Horrors.
I love this.
Okay. 2 very different movies.
Incredibly different.
Yeah.
Say more if you would.
Terms of Endearment, James L. Brooks, is to me tonally, and honestly, I would try to like pattern my book after it, but it's about a mother and daughter.
Give
and
my daughter the shot.
Their
I mean,
complex relationship.
Yes.
And I know people don't like when I say this, but it is largely a comedy until the end. And then it's
very much not.
So devastating. But it is very funny.
Yes.
And I love the tone of like there's some sweetness, a ton of humor, dark comedy, but like you're going to be crying your eyes out at the end.
Totally.
Who's better than Jen Brooks? Is my favorite actress of all time.
Oh, I bet.
And she wrote me a letter after the book.
No, she did not.
Yes, she did.
Oh my God.
I'm just about now. I'm going to cry. Yeah. She wrote me. It was
that must have meant more to you than
I can't even express.
No, you can't. Like you can almost not.
No, because
let it in.
That relationship is so similar to my mom and I that when she wrote me, it was like, I really felt like I know people say this as a joke sometimes when they're like, oh, I've done my work. I don't need to do anything else. I was kind of like, I'm at peace with both my mom passing. Like it was so weird.
And that is what a gift. For
her to take the time to do that, I'm like still to this day so beautiful.
Oh my God.
And then Little Shop of Horrors is just such the Black humor and it is so good. I just love it.
Did you first see it as the movie or the play?
I saw the movie when I was little and obsessed. Tisha Campbell, like the they're called the Shop Girls.
Yep.
That are singing. That is my like formative performances. The three of them.
That's amazing.
They're incredible.
Yeah.
And obviously Ellen Green, and then Rick Moranis. It's a perfect movie. Steve
really-
Martin, best work he's ever done. Best work Bill Murray's ever done.
I mean,
Christopher Guest, one line.
I can't
Brilliant.
wait to
John
revisit
Candy.
this. Like, exactly. Like
It's
a
amazing.
Murderer's Row.
Yes.
I can't wait to revisit this. Haven't seen it since I saw it.
Yeah.
This is why
I want to watch it
wanted
with
to
my
do
kids, actually.
Best
It's so it's demented.
Have you shown them yet?
No, not yet.
Okay.
They've heard the Dentist song, which my little son loves. It's demented and
But in the best
heartwarming.
way.
In someone's pure creative vision that they're putting on parade, and you're like, I'm behind this.
Yes.
It's
yes.
so cool.
Oh, I love that. And so wildly creative. I love the pairing of those two movies too.
Yeah,
Truly.
Well, I'm sure all your other guests
again,
said those too.
You contain multitudes.
Yeah.
Like this
Yeah.
is what it is. I
Yeah.
love it so much. Okay. Music. And I don't think we've ever talked about this. So
Okay.
obviously I know David is the biggest Springsteen person of all
Yeah.
time, except for me. We can fight it out.
Okay.
So I don't know if you are a big music person or not, but I will just tee up this question
Okay.
to say, you're stranded on a deserted island. You have
Okay.
2 albums with you to maintain your sanity until
Okay.
you're rescued.
Okay.
This is not a Tom Hanks and Castaway situation.
Okay.
But you're there for a bit.
Yeah, I'm there.
So
Okay.
what are those 2 albums?
Okay. I'm not a huge music person, just to say that. So
Yeah.
they're not going to be like the coolest. Like, I stopped listening to new music like 25 years ago.
Totally.
They're not going to be like your necessarily cool things. I wish it was different. Trio by Dolly Parton, Linda Ronstadt, and Emmylou Harris.
Oh.
Is so incredible. I like old country a lot.
Yes.
And then I don't know if this album exists, but I'm going to pretend it does, which is just the best of John Prine, who is the singer I love so much.
Yes.
The best.
I feel what just popped in my head was when he passed away, you had put something really beautiful, I want to say, on your Instagram. Did you dance to a song at your wedding?
We did,
Yes.
yes.
Like there was some, again.
We
it's
danced
like
to a song
we're-
that him and Iris Dement sing together called In Spite of Myself. And it's so funny and beautiful.
I love that answer. John Prine doesn't get, it's funny. It's like, that's like the coolest answer you could ever get. Like if you know John Prine, yes. Like only my cool friends love John Prine.
Aw,
That's
well,
how, yeah. It's kind of
He's
defining.
so incredible. Dave and I, we are truly obsessed with him.
I only went down a rabbit hole after he died. My friend Meredith had like introduced me to him, and then when we were making Palm Springs, and I was like, "Ooh, and like, what is this?"
Yeah.
And then really went down a rabbit hole after he died.
It's so beautiful.
Which is also, I mean, that's the thing about. This is to some degree what I wanted, like the reason for this last look section is not just because I think it's such a great reflection of who you are and your tastes and what you love is what you gravitate toward artistically, but also a revisiting of things because they live on.
Yeah.
So he's not here anymore, but he is.
Yeah.
And I feel this way, like so much like I didn't meet your mom, but this book was such a beautiful testament and to really, I mean, your whole family, but just like I have such a sense of her.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
it's like an amazing tribute.
Yeah.
Okay, books. Other than The Wreckage of My Presence, which is my favorite book, obviously. Do you have a favorite book, or do you have a book that you've even just read recently that you would recommend?
Oh my gosh. Okay. My favorite author is Ann Tyler, which I don't know if a lot of people haven't read Ann Tyler.
Is she the Accidental Tourist?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And that's all I know. That's in the like, I don't know how I store this shit in my brain. I might have read that. I'm not even sure.
She has a book called The Amateur Marriage about a family, like a mom and dad who get married at like age 20, and it spans through their whole relationship and their kids. It's a beautiful. And then, God, what else? You know what I just read, but I'm a little on the fence. I'm curious what you think about that they published it. Is Notes to Joan Dinian's journals.
It's so funny you bring this up. I have not read that.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure I want to.
I know.
Like there's
I felt
something
funny about reading it. I'll be honest.
Yes.
I did. Now, again, I did read it.
Right.
And I'm recommending it to others.
Yes, like we're the problem, it's us. But at the same
Now, I
time,
won't read as an unauthorized biography, but apparently this should be in that category.
Correct.
Well, it's just so well
Complicated.
written, and it's not even intended for it, but it's so beautiful. It's her talking again. Now I guess I'm just promoting it, but it's her notes to her husband about the therapy sessions that she's going to try to help their daughter with addiction, and it is beautiful and heart wrenching, and and she's just such a great writer.
Yeah, she's incredible.
Anyway, don't read it. Do read it. I don't know the right.
Don't. Who's to say? Yeah, just read The Wreckage of My Presence.
Thank you.
Last question: what is either your favorite TV show of all time or TV you're watching lately and love and would recommend and have discovered. Doesn't have to be
such a boring answer. I will say White Lotus is my favorite show, just tonally for similar reasons.
All the seasons.
Oh, I mean,
Carrie Coon. How about that fucking speech? This season, Carrie Coon.
I know.
Did we not all just like immediately text all our girlfriends like that same speech? Just, oh my God, to be a woman in her 40s right now. I know. What a thing.
What a thing.
Love White Lotus so much.
Lotus. And I know, my dream is to have Mike White on our podcast because he's a big reality person.
Yes. How he has not been on yet is, I mean, he probably will be by the time this airs. Okay, got it. It's done.
I love that. I'm also into like, God, I mean, I'm such a big Dateline person, but I can't watch Dateline.
Because you have 3 children and you can't live in that place of fear?
It's not a time thing. I listen to it.
Okay.
So I'm definitely still getting at it. And
as you said, true crime and housewives, it comes together.
It does. You know, I listen to the podcast because I don't want to see the people that have passed.
Okay,
my friend says, I believe in you. I think you could get there. Watch it. I'm just hanging there.
I'm so sorry to be like 110 years old. They have it as a podcast.
Yes.
If you don't want to or just don't have the time to watch it, but want to get your Dateline. So like same thing with like that voice, Keith's voice.
There, Andrew Canning, Josh.
When Jillian Bell was here and was talking about, she's like, I mean, I was like, I know what your favorite show is. And then she also listed something else, but she was like Dateline. And I was like, oh, Keith. And she's like, oh, Keith. Oh, Josh. Oh, everyone.
By the way, I've been ringing this bell. Andrea Canning doesn't get enough love. Like we love Keith and that's fine.
Sure.
But what about the others?
Right. Like let's spread the love.
Give them their due.
Okay,
now, as Danielle Schneider, it's truly, maybe you won't find this funny. It's one of the funniest lines I've ever heard in my life. As she said to me, she's a huge Dateline person. She goes, but they couldn't all have lit up a room.
That is
She's
a
like,
line.
I just don't believe that. And
right.
I'm like, so you're trying to take the one positive that they're saying about the victim. She's like,
hey,
I was just listening on the way over here and I'm like,
no
it's
shade.
always rocking a tight-knit community. It's always like, and this rocked this tight-knit community. I'm like, were they that tight-knit? And were they really rocked?
And did they light up a room?
And then Danielle's like, if I am murdered, may it at least be an entertaining one. And I hope people would be able to say, and we would say this about Danielle, she lit up a room.
I mean, and by the way, that would be true.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
I need to have Danielle on.
Yeah.
Oh my God. This has been as much of a joy as I knew it would be.
Thank you for having me and for thinking of me. This is so fun, and I'm so proud of you for doing this.
I'm like pitching myself that you're even sitting here. I can't
be here, and I'm thrilled to be having my Sweet Valley High mug. Also, should have been listed as favorite book.
As we said, Jessica and Elizabeth Wakefield forever.
And their brother.
Oh my God, that brother.
Logan.
Drew?
No, Logan was Marianne's boyfriend.
Yeah. Oh my God. And wait, Enid, don't even.
Yeah.
I don't feel like
the Babysitters Club when I said Marianne and Logan.
Claudia.
Well, these were Claudia, Keisha,
Stacy,
Dawn.
I mean, listen, I'm a bit older than you, obviously. But exactly. I mean, of course.
Christy makes her Stacy a flake. Type A flake. You don't see it every day. Not every day.
By the way, this is, again, multitudes.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my God. We need a whole separate podcast on me starting the Housewives at some point. Yeah. Those boys are going to have to be in college.
Yep.
Sweet Valley High and the Babysitters Club. And like how, as the kids today say, like that's my whole personality. I'm pretty sure the Angel Devil of Jessica and Elizabeth Wakefield.
Yes.
And like wanting, like I'm a Christy, obviously, also. Much like as Jessie Clem was here, we were like, we're Joes when we talk about Little Women.
Of course.
Like,
but it's the same with Carrie on Sex and the City. It's like what we all think.
Yes, exactly.
My friend did, for his wedding, a gay wedding, he wanted our friends to do a scene from Sex and the City. And so to be cast is tough when y'all want to be the Carrie.
Yeah, you do. What did you do?
Charlotte.
By the way, that's a win. That is a fucking win.
I'm trying to make my peace with it.
Yeah.
You know?
No, that's good. Are you kidding me?
Sam. Surely Sam. If I wasn't going to be Carrie.
Exactly.
I mean, obviously no one else was Miranda, but that was our other friend, Laura. She just...
God bless you, Laura. Thank you so much.
Thanks for your service, Laura.
Yeah. I love it. Yeah. Casey, thank you so much. This is awesome. I'm just going to get up and give you a hug. I don't know how to talk.
Oh, God. I'm just trying to smash that together.
General Meeting with Becky Sloviter is hosted and executive produced by me, Becky Sloviter. Our editor is Jay Rothman. Our audio engineer and director of photography is Hector Fernandez. Our tech producer is Griffin Davis. And our theme music is by Jay Rothman. If you're enjoying this podcast, I would be so appreciative if you would subscribe or follow the show on whatever platform you get your podcasts. All of our episodes are on video as well on our YouTube channel at General Meeting Pod. Please consider subscribing there as well. You can also find us on Instagram and TikTok at General Meeting Pod. And more information is on our website, generalmeetingpod.com. Thank you, and most importantly, go Birds.